I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. We will be having a leadership conference in Ughelli at Petra Christian Academy by 10 a.m. on the 1st of May 2026. Petra Christian Academy is behind Agofure Motors at Otowodo in Ughelli. Registration contact +234 80 21 21 92 62. We have limited spaces. It's a physical conference. You will need to attend physically. We start by 10 a.m. exactly. If you are coming from far, you can ask for hotel reservation in any of the hotels close to us, but you must give us a long notice so that you can make payments for your hotel accommodation. We usually finish by 2 p.m. so you can go to any part of the country you want to come from. The date again is 1st of May, and the topic is excelling in leadership and ministry in a fast-changing world. Welcome to the Church Without Borders, the global church without borders. And we've been looking at the book of 1 Samuel. I want to start from 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 21. Remember, the recorded message of the webinar that took place on the 21st of February is available. You will need to pay the fee that those who attended online paid for to get it. The same number again, +234 80 21 21 92 62. 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 21. When the man Elkanah went up with his family to offer the annual sacrifice to the Lord and to fulfill his vow, Hannah did not go. She said to her husband, "After the boy is weaned, I will take him and present him before the Lord, and he will live there always." Verse 23, "Do what seems best to you," Elkanah, her husband, told her. "Stay here until you have weaned him. Only may the Lord make good his word. But if you go to the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Septuagint, that's the Greek translation of the Old Testament, and the Syriac version, you will notice there that it is, stay here until you have weaned him, only may the Lord make good your word. So the woman stayed at home and nursed him until she had weaned him. After he was weaned, she took the boy with her, as young as he was, along with a 3-year-old bull, an ephah of flour, a skin of wine, and brought him to the house of the Lord at Shiloh. When they had slaughtered the bull, they brought the boy to Eli, and she said to him, "As surely as you live, my lord, I am the woman who stood here beside you praying to the Lord. I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted me what I asked of him. So now I give him to the Lord." In some Bibles, it says, I loan him to the Lord. For his whole life, he will be loaned over to the Lord. And the boy worshipped the Lord there. We'll start taking them one after the other. Number one, you remember that Hannah's womb was said to have been shut by God. And I was discussing with Dr. Raymond Orogun Ugbe Nduka, my former principal, my PA, now a lecturer at the Southern Delta University, Uzoro. Why did the Lord shut the womb? We tried to find out. And there were possibilities we brought out. Number one, synchronicity, as I shared with you, so that the time that Samuel will be born, he would be in the right age to function in the tabernacle of the Lord at Shiloh in preparation for his replacing the sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, who were misbehaving. Number two, Hannah, through her husband, might just have religion, regimentation, routine, requirements, and regularity in their going to Shiloh. She did not have any relationship and responsibility to God. So sometimes pain can drag you closer to reality and to God. Sometimes lack, sometimes stress, sometimes God allows you to reach a point of helplessness, hopelessness, before he steps in so that you can treasure the relationship and the realization of who he is. Many of the things we get too easily, we joke with them. And so that was what we discussed. Now, she did not have a head effect. That is to say, she did not just follow them to Shiloh. She had her individual mindset. And there are some women like that who have strong individual mindset. She said she will stay until the baby is weaned. Usually 3 years in the Middle East in those days. And so, if you notice, the age of the bull that was slaughtered was also 3 years. So she must have kept the baby, weaned the baby for 3 years. Proper timing again. She did not want to introduce Samuel to the household of Eli too early, because he might not be properly cared for by the nature of the sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, and maybe Eli's age and his lack of firm control over his children. So she waited until the boy could take care of himself to some degree, because we will see in verse 22 that, and he worshipped the Lord there. Use your brain even when you are excited about what God has done. There is a timing to share the testimony. There is a timing to advertise some things. She did not advertise her testimony prematurely. If it is today's ministry, we will have carried Samuel there immediately after dedication or that first year. But she kept Samuel at home. Proper timing, wisdom, discretion, synchronicity. So she went with Samuel and a 3-year-old bull. Proper packaging. Don't give your offerings casually. Don't pay your vows casually. When you want to give to God, give with honor. My wife usually keeps clean notes, very brand new notes that she uses for her offerings and whatever giving she gives in church. Clean notes. Don't treat God casually. Package your time. Arrange your time well so that you are devoted to God. When I was Sunday school superintendent, I made sure that the time for Sunday school was consecrated unto God. I made sure I would do my word rounds and then go to church without any disturbance. I took that time seriously. So she packaged her Thanksgiving and then she gave her only son. She was doing what God intended to do many, many centuries ahead. Now, she went with wine. She went with flour. She was detailed. She knew the needs of the priest and she packaged it. And then I want to emphasize what Elkanah did. When she said she was not going, Elkanah said, "Do what you deem fit. However, let God help you keep your word." There are some strong-willed women, maybe like Hannah, and the one behind me here. You don't push them. You don't force them. You give them space to be themselves and pray for them that God will help them. If not, you can distort your whole relationship with God. You can quarrel before going to Shiloh. You can quarrel at Shiloh. Let's do your own, but let God help you so that the word you have said, you will keep it. And she went with Samuel. The Bible says in verse 24, with her, young as it was. You know, Samuel was 3-4 years, but she has made her vow. She needs to keep it. She has had a relationship with God. She has had responsibility towards God. She has made a covenant with God. And she believes that the God that brought is able to keep Samuel. As long as Samuel is serving, the Lord will keep him. And the Bible says that they sacrificed the bull and presented Samuel to Eli. Eli did not know Hannah's prayer. He only said, "Go in peace. May your prayer be granted." Now listen, you don't need to shake your head and struggle and sweat and fight and scream and shout. Speak like a king. Kings just decree. Kings pass orders. Eli had an ambassadorial consciousness. He didn't need to scream, he didn't need to shout. A lot of shouting and screaming and quaking and sweating. We did that. It's a sign of not knowing who God is, not knowing who you are, not knowing what you have become as an oracle of God. Eli did not know what the woman prayed about, did not even understand the woman. And the boy worshipped there. You see those, if you go to the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church, you will see altar boys helping to serve Mass. You don't just jump into the altar and serve Mass. You must have some preliminary training. I believe that very early, Hannah was training Samuel for what he was going to become. Intentional training. In Hebrew, it's called Shanan. Train up a child the way he will go. When he grows up, he will not depart from it. Shanan means to sharpen, to shapen, to mold, to give form. Hannah must have spent time preparing Samuel for who he was to become. And you will see that he did not deviate. He was not influenced by Hophni and Phinehas, the sons of Eli. So train your children, shanan them, prepare them, harden them, and form them in such a way, cast them, mold them, frame them, so that negative influences in the society cannot pollute and distract them from what they are supposed to be. And by the next service, we shall look at Hannah's song or prayer. So, what are we going to say? God is faithful. Now, just look at the separation. This 3-year-old child or 4-year-old child. Hannah must have gotten addicted to him. Samuel must have had so many names if he's in this generation. Testimony, answer to prayer, Oluwaseun, Chinazekpere, Abasi Afon, Orishedara, Oganenyoma, Oganenyeromo. And if they want to add bad belle, Onorora Kpeine, who thought that the world would be like this? Ayetanure, they don't finish talking. Akpomenyoma, Onukpo, Onumwemu, all kinds of names. And she must have gotten used to him. Now going back home without him, there will have been an emptiness. I imagine a situation where Samuel will call, "Mommy, are you going?" She will turn and wipe tears. "I have loaned you to the Lord." I remember the day I handed over my hospital to the doctor. Can I remember his name? Dr. Paul. I wept. What I had labored to build, I sold it. That I even sold. I wept. As I turned back from the office, I wept. For many months and even years, if I want to say go to the office, that's in Ogelie, I will say go to the hospital. I wept, separating from what I had dedicated my life to. Even though I had made up my mind that at 40 I would stop practice. I know how Hannah felt, but God understands. He is faithful. He is the best place to invest, the best person to invest in. We will see that the loan that Hannah gave to God yielded dividends. There are many of you who are running away from God because of what men have done. Look at Eli, Hophni, Phinehas. Eli was not a bad guy, but Hophni and Phinehas were bad children of a good priest. And they did all kinds of things, as we shall see later. But that did not prevent Hannah from giving a loan of a human being to God, of going forward to put her son to serve. A lot of rubbish is going on in ministry, particularly Pentecostalism. Let that not discourage you. You might just be the replacement to Hophni and Phinehas and Eli, just as Samuel was to be the replacement for Hophni and Phinehas. There are a lot of Hophnis, Phinehases, and Elis in the church today. Don't let that discourage you. Still put in your best. Serve as if you are not noticing them. We shall see in chapter 3, it is not them that called you. It is God that called you. If you get angry because of man, who will you run to? What shall separate us from the love of God? Is it man? Is it tribulation? Is it what? No, no person can separate me from the love of God. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. Remember the May 1st leadership seminar for pastors, general overseers, ministers, men and women, youths, promises to be great. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62 to register, and for the videos of the webinar, you pay for it, and then we'll have properties for sale. God bless you. Dr. Charles Apoki is my name.